Hello to all you beautiful people of the internet. I'm so glad to show my face again. If you didn't read the post I did last time, I said that I am not continuing the character profiles. There's a lot to do in it, and I don't think I have the time to do all of them. I might return to it later, but for now we're just gonna stick to the ranking videos and explore some laws and such. Lots of Walking Dead stuff. I might do some videos because I did the Sweet Tooth ranking video. I might do some what ifs on there just to get that over with. I won't do a lot. I'll just do like 4 or 5 videos. So today we're going to be ranking the characters that appear in the first volume of the comic book series, The Walking Dead: Days Gone By. And it's only this book. The other books, they do not matter. They do not. So I'll be ranking them through how much contribution they give the story. So without further ado, let's get into it. So first, we're going to be looking at Ben and Billy. I wanted to put these two together because, to be honest, they're both the same. They contribute nothing to the story. They're only there if their parents are there and such. So yeah, not much I can say for Ben and Billy. They're just twins and they're babies and they just hang around and such. Next, we'll go with Carol. Carol is the mother of Sophia, and yes, she's best friends with Laurie. She does help with the cleaning and such, but other than that, she just sits around and talks and I know looks after Sophia. She does nothing else. There's nothing that she does in the comic that stands out. We learned about her backstory and such, but there's nothing really to contribute. She's just there as Laurie's friend with a daughter. Moving on. Next up is Dwayne. He is Morgan's son. He contributes a little bit to the story. He eventually finds Rick and knocks him out with a shovel. But other than that, he's with his father a lot. He colours and he wants to use the guns that they collect at the police station. And other than that, he's much more as just a cute kid there, more like a nothing character. But at least he contributed to something. Moving on. Next, we'll be looking at Donna. She does help a few times. She eventually, in the end, learns to use a gun to defend her and her kids and her husband. But in the beginning, all she does is complain. Like, I don't get how any of her conversations contribute to the story. But I do respect her for finally using the gun at least. Next, we'll look at Reggie. He is the criminal seen in the beginning. He contributes a lot to Rick getting shot and that, and he returns later. You may not notice this, but as a zombie, and he's the one who bites Amy. He's eventually put down. That's all he contributes to the story, but he does contribute quite a bit. Next is Alan. He does keep the group safe, having his gun around and looking through all of it. If you hear a noise, it's me looking through the book. He is sort of an interesting character, but not too much that, it's all there. He hovers around Glenn, looking through some toilet paper, keeping an eye on the group. He was willing to shoot a zombie, so he has that going for him. But other than that, that's all we know. So yeah, that's it for Alan. Next is Jim. He is willing to kill zombies. His backstory is quite sad. He does help Rick and Glenn locate a store to get the guns to help them fight off the invasion that happened. But other than that, he's more there to die, really. He gets bitten and he gets sick. Takes as long for him to die, but we learn a lot about his story, so that was a very good contribution to the story. Next is Amy. She's the fun, jokey sister of Andrea. She helps look after the kids a lot. She always makes jokes and that. Her death motivates Andrea quite a lot. In the beginning, it doesn't, but it does in the end. So her death contributes a lot to the story as it brings out the best in Andrea. As if I feel that if Amy was still alive, there would probably be a lot more problems. Next is Sophia. She's Carl's best friend, and during the book, you can see sort of a relationship going on. So we can tell that Sophia does kind of fancy him. She is traumatized by the death of her father, and she always sticks around with her mum. But other than that, not much is really much. Let's say developed for Sophia, but I felt like she helps Carl get through a lot of shit. Next, we'll look at Morgan Jones. He appears only in the beginning, but he contributes to helping Rick understand what happened since he was in a coma, how long it's been going on for, how everything's going down, how to kill a zombie. He contributes a lot, and Rick thanks him and in favor gives him the guns that he needs. But other than that, that's all there is there. He is the info dump guy, but he's a great character. Next is Andrea. She, in the beginning and not much, she doesn't really do a lot, but in the second half of the book, she does help kill zombies and such. She is very saddened by the death of Amy and has Dale there to comfort her. But she is a good shooter, so that contributes a lot to the story in this one and the others ahead. Next is Laurie. She is the wife of Rick and the mother of Carl. Her contribution is not as much as it is, but she does question a lot of things, but mostly complains because she's not used to the world they are in now. But she eventually learns to accept it either way, and her affair with Shane comes out as a big contribution to the conflict that goes on between the two men. But she eventually lets go of Shane, and she is obviously staying with Rick because she believes in him and is glad that he's alive. I wish she was more smarter than that. Next, we'll be looking at Dale. Dale is the first one to instantly go to Rick and say something's wrong with Shane. He does help save Donna, and that the RV is a big contribution to them getting cleaned. It's not good cleaning water, but it's something. And they all have a place to sleep, and he contributes to helping get rid of the zombies and the invasion, and comforting Andrea over Amy's death. Yes, he does help gather the wood and such. And other than that, he's okay. He's a good guy. Next is Shane. Shane is the best friend of Rick. He was there in the beginning when Rick got shot and helped him get to the hospital, and then he helped save Laurie and Carl. After that, he began having an affair with Laurie, but that caused conflict between him and Rick. When Rick returned, Shane wasn't so happy as Laurie kept brushing him off, saying that she doesn't want to be with him, she wants to be with Rick, her actual husband. That causes him to break down a lot. He believes the government will come, but they won't, and that causes the end of him to snap immediately and turn on Rick because he wanted Laurie and believes that Rick should be dead, which causes Carl to shoot him in the neck and kill him. Next is Glenn. Glenn is one of these survivors of the camp, and he is most favorited by everybody in the fandom. He does help Rick escape Atlanta and reunite him with his family. That is a big moment for them. He also helps Rick go out and look for guns so that they can defend themselves at the camp, and saves Carol from being eaten by a zombie. Other than that, he is an overall cool guy. I really like Glenn in this story. Next is Carl. Carl is the son of Rick and Laurie. In the beginning, he doesn't do much other than he is happy that he's reunited with his father and is trying to be a kid and such. But then the later half of the story, he becomes a fighter. He helps save his mum from a zombie, which I was very surprised by. I was like, good on you, Carl. God damn. He also hates that Rick and Shane are fighting all the time. He's noticing something's wrong. Then when Rick goes to find Shane, Carl follows him and saves his father by shooting Shane. I had a heart. My heart was broken that he had to kill someone when he was young, but that's what's turned him into the character that he is today. And lastly, we're looking at Rick. Of course, you'll know it's Rick. He's the big contributor to the story. He's the protagonist. He wakes up, he finds out how everything's going down, what's happening with the apocalypse. He rushes over to Atlanta and finds out it's overrun. Then he finds his family with the help of Glenn and suggests that quite as a good suggestion that they should move. They need to get out of the outskirts, but Shane doesn't want that. He then has the idea of getting guns after a near incident with Donna. He goes with Glenn to find the gun store. They find it and has the great idea to use guts to cover the smell of them to blend in with the walkers. Of course, that doesn't happen as it rains. He trains everyone to use their guns. He and Shane bicker a lot over whether to leave or to go. He is saddened by the death of Amy and Jim, and that's causing him to motivate him strongly that they should leave, which causes Shane to break. Laurie defends Rick. Rick goes to look for Shane, but is held at gunpoint by his best friend, and after witnessing his son kill his best friend, he has to comfort him, saying that it should never be easy to kill people. So that will be it for the ranking of the Days Gone By characters. If I missed any, please let me know. If you have a different opinion, I'd love to see your rankings in the comments down below. Do you agree? Do you not agree? I will look for other things to do in the first comic as well, just to look at. Maybe do some theories, some what ifs. And I will be going now. So thank you very much for listening. If you like what you see, please leave a like and subscribe. If you don't like what you see, either leave a dislike or go away. I don't really care. And have a good day.